of the Lord be with you. A warm welcome to PCGTV News. This bulletin is live from our studio, Church House, Osu, Accra. In the headlines, Achime Buakwa Presbytery celebrates leadership transition with induction of new clerk. Ebenezer Congregation, Asonomaso, climax 110th anniversary with grand Thanksgiving service. And also, Sesri Presbytery Catechists and caretaker spouses hold annual conference and Thanksgiving service. Many thanks for staying with us. I am Georgette Anane. The news in details continues after the break. Welcome back from the break. Now the news in details. The Achime Buakwa Presbytery of the Presbyterian Church of Ghana has officially inducted Reverend Paul Kwame Dakon as its new presbytery clerk, taking over from Reverend Dr. Kofi Edinkra. The colorful induction service brought together clergy, presbyters, and members from across the presbytery to witness the ceremony, which marked the beginning of a new chapter in the administrative leadership of the presbytery. Reverend Paul Kwame Dakon holds an MBA in finance, an executive certificate in financial analysis, and other professional qualifications in accounting. He has served the church in various capacities, notably as Presbytery Young Adult Fellowship President for Achime Buakwa 2010 to 2012 and Administrator for the Brongahafo Presbytery 2018 to 2022. He has also ministered in several districts and congregations across both the Brongahafo and Achime Buakwa Presbyteries, and has contributed his expertise to numerous committees within the church. Reverend Dakon is married to Mrs. Jeanette Owusuwa Dakon, and they are blessed with 5 children. Delivering the sermon on the theme, Persisting in Prayer, Reverend Professor Seth Asare-Danso, Achime Buakwa Presbytery chairperson, urged Christians to remain steadfast and consistent in their prayer lives. He encouraged believers to embrace the will of God in all situations, reminding them that whatever the Lord does is good. Citing the biblical story of Jacob's transformation into Israel, Reverend Professor Asare-Danso emphasized that God has the power to turn every situation around for his divine purpose, urging the congregation to always let God's will prevail in their lives. The act of induction was performed by Reverend Professor Seth Asare-Danso, assisted by members of the Presbytery Council. Present at the ceremony were Ochihima Nana Educhimwa Dokuya, Reverend Dr. Seth Kisi, former Presbytery chairperson of Achime Buakwa, ministers of the gospel, their spouses, catechists, and members of the church who came to grace the occasion. The event was characterized by joy, music, and a renewed commitment to prayer and service within the Achime Buakwa Presbytery. Now, the Ebenezer Congregation of the Presbyterian Church of Ghana, Asonomaso, under the Asante Presbytery, has celebrated 110 years of existence with a grand Thanksgiving service that drew members, both past and present, from far and near. The milestone celebration, held under the theme Committed to Our Heritage, was a time of deep reflection, gratitude, and renewal as the congregation recounted 110 years of divine grace, growth, and unwavering faith. Founded in 1914, the Ebenezer congregation traces its roots to the arrival of missionaries, Reverend F. Just, A. Lims, and M. Adade of the Kumasi Basil Mission, who brought the light of the gospel to Asonomaso, a community then steeped in traditional worship and taboos. Through their perseverance and the guidance of the Holy Spirit, the mission took firm roots, birthing a vibrant Christian community that continues to thrive today. As part of the celebration, the church honored the pioneering families and founding fathers whose faith and resilience sustained the congregation through challenges over the decades. It was also recalled that through the efforts of the Ebenezer congregation, the first school in the Kwabri enclave was established, an institution that has produced many accomplished individuals who have contributed significantly to the development of both the community and the nation. The Thanksgiving service was graced by Reverend Samuel Ehima-Yeboah, chairperson of the Asante Presbytery, and Very Reverend Dr. Sam Prempe, former moderator of the Presbyterian Church of Ghana and a proud son of Asonomaso. Preaching the sermon, Reverend Ehima-Yeboah commended the congregation for holding fast to the faith of their fathers and for their pioneering role in planting other congregations at Adawomase, Asonomaso Nkwanta, Kuna, and surrounding areas. He encouraged members to remain united and committed as they pursue their legacy projects and ultra-modern creche aimed at nurturing children in godly education.
Obia di mfio ha ebia na ofi ana kakra bi na wo ha na safotinye di mfie ohani du ba ko a na so ohani du a nyame. It is the doing of the Lord. Ayo nyame na aye ana mebo a enye nyame na aye anka mani pankan ebinom fiase a na enyina nyame so yehu won bio ne se na safo Yesu Kristo na safo ne fapem. The foundation of the church, as a for they have gone through so many trials. I thought be a need just I thought be a rehosem, some for my can history nekakra, or brew mojani and bray. Yes, if we see her. And Edu men also so said, the baby a day at Twasu. Heritage, medical heritage, tangible, intangible.
In his address, a special guest of honor, Very Reverend Dr. Sam Prempe expressed profound pride in his heritage, urging Asonomaso indigenes in the diaspora to reconnect with their spiritual home and support ongoing development initiatives. He further encouraged the congregation to continue the missionary zeal of the early church by reaching unreached communities with the gospel.
Niaka de nim na se kire ni se enfie oha anidu enye mfiwa enu nti se yetimi aso adwuma mu abo ho ban ama dia ba bedrum pempensu eya ba bedru dia ene na aka anim ni se bebisi ho se what do we do the next 50 years? Enfie aduonum edaye nimu yin yensuso edie na ye edi aboa osofo amiate ase se minyi ni se den nananumo efre asori ase no muti tarazum no muti famu no muti kaniamu dabi apata bi no mu boye no muti nemu ena nkakra abedru ne yedri bisa won se meba no bedi mfie aduonum no na ɛdeɛ mu no wɔteɛ ɛda wɔyɛ mu anaasɛ air condition bi na wɔte mu.
The minister in charge and district minister, Reverend Emmanuel Obri Yeboah, expressed heartfelt gratitude to the planning committee, members home and abroad, and well wishers for their contributions toward the success of the anniversary. He called on members to rally behind the church's development projects to preserve the rich legacy of the Ebenezer congregation for generations to come.
Ni sono say yes basic cracks no botai no kese ne se ye beboaboa emofra no a afi na wo sase no ano na wotumi anya fapem papa enye say ya ye bia ma aban na ye pese ye nya ye ne nko a awofo bebre osori adwumadi nti na okwa adwuma senia onga obeja wo mama wo ya de foforo ye pese ye boa na mofra no nya ntete pa ene mofra say school mu fi primary akosi JHS ni amofra ye no ye nwa ye pese ye boa na ye de ntete pa no e ma ye ma no adesua de presbyterian asafo na edi mu kan nti ye pese ye to aso ye pese ye de nkrama asomasofo a wo akwantum ba bia won e won kran kuma se won ewe brochiri ene mia nyina se dwumadi no aye di no ye di na ye di aboa ye ma na makro no ani ate ti yetu nsa frankrankra bia se wotenka wantenka na fe na wotenka yetu nsa fra mu nyina se mo meboa ye hia materials ye hia sika na ye di aboa dwumadi no na yetumi asi project no ama ye ma no infrisia bia sa na ye di asi ye ni so se ye besi sa bia yi na ye di ntito no asase.
The event was filled with songs of praise, testimonies, and reflections from elderly members who joyfully recounted the congregation's humble beginnings and God's faithfulness over the years. Indeed, the celebration marked not just a milestone of years, but a testimony of faith, endurance, and commitment to the Presbyterian heritage that continues to inspire generations in Asunomaso and beyond. Moving on, the catechists and caretaker spouses of the Presbyterian Church of Ghana, Sesri Presbytery, have held their annual conference and Thanksgiving service at the Emmanuel Congregation, Sesri Jinase, from 17th to 19th October 2025. The three-day spiritual gathering themed Celebrating Our Heritage, Persisting in Mission, Stand Steadfast in the Lord as catechists and caretaker spouses brought together participants from across the presbytery to reflect on their calling, renew their faith, and strengthen their commitment to the mission of the church. The conference featured Bible studies, prayer sessions, and exhortations, focusing on equipping the spouses with spiritual and emotional fortitude to support their partners in ministry. Participants were encouraged to stand firm in faith and serve as positive influences in their congregations and communities. In her welcome address, Mrs. Elizabeth Kafui Tetevi Aveme, president of the conference, expressed gratitude to God for his faithfulness and to all members for their continued dedication to the ministry. She urged catechists and caretaker spouses to remain steadfast, prayerful, and united as they contribute meaningfully to the growth of the Presbyterian Church. Mrs. Aveme emphasized that their quiet sacrifices and unwavering support often serve as the backbone of the church's mission, especially in rural and mission-filled areas. In his remarks, The chairperson of the Sesri Presbytery, Reverend Maxwell Anthony Nyantechi Mafo, commended the group for their devotion and perseverance. He acknowledged the vital role catechists and caretakers family play in sustaining the church's mission and encouraged them to continue serving faithfully with humility and love. Reverend Nyantechi Mafo reminded the gathering that steadfastness in the Lord ensures fruitfulness in ministry and family life alike. The conference climaxed with a joyful Thanksgiving service marked by singing, dancing, and testimonies of God's goodness. Participants expressed gratitude for divine protection and guidance throughout the year and renewed their commitment to serve diligently in the Lord's vineyard. Leaders of the group extended appreciation to the presbytery leadership, the host congregation, and all supporters for their contributions towards the success of the event. They pledged to continue standing firm in faith and working together to advance the mission of the Presbyterian Church of Ghana across the Sesri Presbytery and beyond. Moving on, the Tema Community 1 District Young Adult Fellowship of the Presbyterian Church of Ghana held its second edition of the Women's Conference on Saturday, October 18, 2025, at the Jokal Hotel in Tema. The conference, themed Woman and Her Finances, brought together women from various professional and social backgrounds to explore practical approaches to financial literacy and empowerment. The event featured insightful presentations from Mr. Kwejo Ofori-Chumesi and Madam Victoria Aligbo, both respected speakers in finance and entrepreneurship. They educated participants on effective budgeting, investment opportunities, and building sustainable financial habits that empower women to thrive economically. A highlight of the day was an interactive panel discussion where participants had the opportunity to engage with the resource persons, ask questions, and share personal experiences.
We like to give, we like to look out for people, we like to take care of people, etc., etc. And so we've had this fine conversation today. And then you decide that, look, let me start putting something together. It means that some people will be affected. And then you start feeling bad. You start feeling that, hey, those people have made me a selfish human being. I didn't used to be like this, you know. Now, please just remember when you ever get that feeling. Because once you start putting some money aside, some people will be affected. Or some other things will be affected. All right? But just remember that you cannot draw from an empty barrel.
So at all points of the journey, when it comes to money, we should learn to document spending. Document spending. So if instead of giving cash, you can do more, there should be a trade. No, it's financial prudence.
The open dialogue provided a practical learning platform reinforcing the importance of sound financial planning for women in today's economy. Adding a touch of artistry to the day's proceedings were inspiring musical performances by Enyo and Ewo, whose renditions energized and inspired the audience. District executives of Young Adults Fellowship, speaking with PCGTV News, described the program as a major success. They emphasized that the initiative forms part of Young Adult Fellowship's broader mission to empower young adults, particularly women, with the knowledge and confidence to take control of their financial futures.
So, just like the maiden edition, what we have set out to do as executives is to organize annual women's conference. So it's a program that we are hoping and praying that it will come to stay. It will be part of YAF program. Okay. So we'll pass it on to executives, generations to generations. And in fact, the broader goal is that each local or district would adopt it and also organize it for the benefits of the ladies within the age group of 30 to 40 years. So yes, this is an annual conference. This year we've had it and we are hopeful and prayerful that next year, God willing, we would organize another session. Okay, so the conference or topics for discussions is expected to be looked at from 4 broader areas. So we could pick a topic that's from our spiritual growth. We could pick one that's for our physical growth. We could pick one from the home, or we could pick one from our finances. So we have these blocks from which we look at, and then with the Spirit leading us, we identify a topic amongst these areas, and then we go with it. Last year, we talked about our health and how best we should take care of ourselves. It was good that we set that foundation, okay? Then beyond that, we want to look at our health in another regard, but this time around, our money matters. As women, most often than not, we tend to rely on our partners, that's the men, to take care of us. But with, current situations that we have, we realize that it's also important that the women give their support financially to the men. And so we want to look at our finances, how well we should do that, how best we should do that, because ultimately the goal is for us to become better godly women in the home, in the community, the church at large. And so that informed the topic for this year.
The Young Adults Fellowship is a vibrant ministry of the Presbyterian Church of Ghana committed to nurturing, sustaining, and preparing young adults for leadership and responsible adulthood. Through programs like the Women's Conference, the Tema Community 1 District Young Adult Fellowship continues to affirm its dedication to holistic empowerment and spiritual growth. Now, the head coach of the Black Stars, Otu Addo, chose gratitude over glamour as he marked Ghana's qualification to the 2026 FIFA World Cup with a Thanksgiving service at the Trinity United Church, Legon, on Sunday, October 19, 2025, just a week after leading the national team to a decisive 1-0 victory over Comoros at the Accra Sports Stadium, which sealed Ghana's place at the global tournament. The 49-year-old tactician was seen humbly worshipping among congregants of the church. In a video that has since circulated online, Addo appeared simply dressed in a white long-sleeve shirt and black trousers as he joined other worshippers at the altar to receive prayers from the pastor. His image, projected on the church's big screen, drew smiles and admiration from members who recognized the man who had once again taken Ghana to the world stage. The Trinity United Church forms part of the Trinity Theological Seminary community, a Christian fellowship made up of 5 mainline denominations: the Presbyterian Church of Ghana, the Methodist Church Ghana, the Evangelical Presbyterian Church Ghana, the Anglican Diocese of Accra, and the African Methodist Episcopal Zion Church. Otu Addo's presence at the service reflected humility and deep gratitude to God for Ghana's achievements. His calm, disciplined leadership throughout the qualifiers has earned him praise, especially for his ability to blend tactical brilliance with emotional composure. This latest qualification cements Otu Addo's place in history as the first Ghanaian coach to lead the Black Stars to back-to-back FIFA World Cup tournaments, following his earlier success in qualifying the team for Qatar 2022. His strategic rotation of 46 players during the qualifiers showed his commitment to developing depth, teamwork, and trust in local and international talents alike. As the nation celebrates another World Cup milestone, Otu Addo's quiet act of thanksgiving at Trinity United Church stands as a reminder that true victory begins with faith, humility, and gratitude to God. This is where we end the PCGTV news. A recap of the headlines. Achim Mebuakwa Presbytery celebrates leadership transition with induction of new clerk. Ebenezer Congregation, Asonomaso, climax 110th anniversary with grand Thanksgiving service, and also Session Presbytery Catechist and Caretaker Spouses hold annual conference and Thanksgiving service. We are grateful for your time with us today. My name is Georgette Anane. Do have a pleasant day and enjoy the rest of our programs.